Speaking of powerful women of color.
This is my rant room. Welcome to my rant room. This is where I can share my thoughts on everything that's
Hey, TV professional, why don't you buy a boom or a lapel mic, you lazy
Why does your room look like the pants 80s people worked out in?
Yeah. Also, why are you wearing the 80s pants that people worked out in?
Yeah. So, by the way, this the title of the video is "Let's Call It What It Is: White Supremacy."
Can we get through 1 month without having to see this dumb dressed like a fly girl?
No, you can't.
Jesus
my rant room.
Christ.
This is where I can share my thoughts on everything that's happening in the
And she dresses more like Steve Harvey.
world, and let's be real, a lot has been happening. Honestly, a little too much. So I haven't been on the air in a year, and
Thank God.
It's been pretty dope.
It's been wonderful. It's one of the best things in the world, actually, not having you. She really hasn't been on the air for a year. Wow, it's been that long.
It's
huh?
so successful, Royce. See, the thing is, like, she's such a success.
Did Jimmy Fallon take a year off?
Well, no, they couldn't.
Did
ever
Jimmy
do that.
Kimmel take a
God,
year
that
off?
would be unthinkable.
Did Stephen Colbert take a year off?
Well, no. They mostly did shows from their home.
Okay.
But no, Lily, they're retooling because it's going to be. Let me tell you something. When she gets back on TV,
crazy.
It's going to be crazy.
It's going to be lit.
She's been off for a fucking year. Nobody else is. Even with COVID and no live audience, these cocksuckers are still doing shows.
Season 1 was taped in advance entirely, and we thought we were so smart. We're like, we'll bank this evergreen content. We can air it whenever.
No, you thought you were smart. You didn't think you were smart. The reason that they filmed it all in advance was because they had no faith in your show, and a lot of your episodes didn't air. Let's not forget that a lot of our episodes didn't make air.
Yeah.
And they had to film them in advance because they had to put in the laugh tracks afterwards.
Well, and they also had to film them in advance because it's a lot cheaper to get one studio to audience in and bang out 3 or 4 episodes in one day.
Yeah.
As opposed to doing, because I don't know, you remember when David Letterman, when he went over to CBS, it was one of the biggest entertainment stories in history. I mean, it was massive when Letterman left NBC. And he went to CBS, and if you guys remember when Letterman first went over to CBS, they kept it very small, they kept it very low-key, and they would bring in these audiences in secret next to a subway, and they would bang out like 10 episodes in one shot. And then edit them and add laughter and all that. No, wait, I'm sorry. That's how now that I remember, they bought the Ed Sullivan Theater, and going to see David Letterman live became one of the biggest Broadway draws in history for 2 decades. Sorry, Lily, I got you confused with David Letterman.
Yeah, but did you have to use the bathroom at a Subway at David Letterman's studio?
No, they had gorgeous bathrooms in the Ed Sullivan Theater that were a part of history. Okay. Bathrooms that Sammy Davis Jr. used to throw up in.
Okay.
It'll always make sense. I mean, it's always going to be relatable. Movie theaters, vacations, like knowing what your friends' chins look like. We're so smart. And then a literal global pandemic hit, and I was the
You could just say global pandemic. You don't have to say a literal one when you mention it.
She does to appeal to the youth.
Oh.
only show that had a live audience. That's my luck. You like my luck? That's and literally every day in season 1, I would get a million tweets that said, "Why do you have a live audience?
You're right,
Why
though.
are you
That
not
room
wearing
is
a mask?" And I'm
terrible.
just like, "Because that's
The whole time she's talking, I just feel like we're waiting on our vests and our guns for laser tag. Like we're in that waiting room where you're like, okay, bring your vests up to the front, give them to the next group.
Oh, you know what it looks like? You know the 80s cafe from Back to the Future 2?
Yes.
That's what it looks like. You must try the hot plate special.
Yeah, where are you fucking doing this video from? The Max?
It's the Max. That's what it looks like.
get a million tweets that said, "Why do you have
Well, if that was the case, I wish he was Dustin Diamond now.
a live audience? Why are you not wearing a mask?" And I'm just like, because that's.
But wait a minute,
29
Royce. Dustin Diamond got stabbed.
And he has stage 4 cancer right now.
Does he?
Swear to God. Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, he went to the hospital with a body. Apparently runs in his family, and he went and he has stage 4 cancer. Throat cancer, I think.
Damn, that's
Yeah, it's
rough.
pretty bad. Now all these people from Saved by the Bell that weren't talking to him are all like, "We're with you, Diamond. We're with you, bud. We love you."
That's right, because they all hate him.
After that book he wrote, yeah.
Every day in season 1, I would get a million tweets that said, "Why do you have a live
I would have
audience?"
mad props if just one of the old cast members was like, yeah, well, that's what you get for writing a tell-all.
And it was actually Tori that's going to do it.
No, it would be, what's her face? The Scientologist one that was on the show for
Leah
one
Remini.
summer. Leah Remini.
Sedonica says, is Lilly Singh on the set of Paula Abdul's Opposites Attract video? Is there a cartoon cat there?
This really does, and it's blurry looking
Yeah.
too, so it really looks like found footage.
Why are you not wearing a mask? And I'm just like, because that's 2019, Lily. Okay, if you look closely, you can tell, because she doesn't have all the stress wrinkles yet. Yeah. Right there. I filmed those episodes back in 2019 when the only people wearing masks were robbers and Jim Carrey.
Robbers? And Jim Carrey? Was Jim Carrey wearing a... When's the last time Jim Carrey wore the mask? In the movie The Mask was the 90s, right? It's topical?
Like a good joke would have been like, yeah, I haven't been... those were old episodes. Those footage back then, the only people wearing masks were Antifa and something or
Oh, Asian people on an airplane.
yeah, they really were fucking trendsetters.
Yep.
Smoking. Wait, can we say that?
Remember that? Remember Jim Carrey in The Mask when he was like, smoking.
She's literally Lois Griffin.
Smoking.
She's literally Lois Griffin.
Oh my God, she is.
Smoking. Huh? Remember that? Smoking. Smoking. All right. All right. We heard you.
She really is.
Stupid. Just an unfunny.
Oh, shit.
Ramsey on
Robbers and
Trovo says, somebody stop her. With
Carrey. Smoking. Wait, can we say that? Is that copyright? No, I still don't know how the show works. But you know what? Despite all the tragedy, I did get to a place where I found 2020 to be quite bittersweet. You know, after I was done all the crying, I decided, let's try optimism.
yeah, you
And
found
so
a place, all right, back on YouTube.
Yep. Welcome back to the dregs.
Welcome back to being with the no brand, no name motherfuckers. Feels good, don't it?
Pandemic for me to learn about work-life balance. Did you know apparently there's this meal in the middle of a day called lunch?
Is she on meth?
You know what she is? She's like the wacky, annoying girlfriend that was given way too much. Like
Not only given too much, but also too many guys fake laughed at her because they wanted to fuck her.
yeah.
It's unearned confidence, like this unearned confidence that she
But
has.
I mean, but a lot of her fans, even her girls and young people, like she was given this fucking thing, and it's like she reminds me of when somebody goes, "Oh man, you're gonna meet my girlfriend tonight. Oh my god, you're gonna love her. She's so funny. She's so funny, bro. She's the funniest girl I've ever met." And you're like, I have a feeling that I'm not going to find her as funny as you. And then they show up and they're like this one. They're just all wacky, and you're like, is she okay? Is she on drugs?
I never heard before. And I finally re-examined my relationship with social media. Yeah, it turns out we were friends without benefits. So during quarantine, I deleted it off my phone. Bye.
Yeah, you know why you deleted it off your phone, Lily? Do you want to know the real reason you deleted social media off your
A
phone?
day called lunch. I never heard
I'll
before.
tell you why
I
you deleted it
finally
off your phone.
re-examined my relationship with social
And because
media.
it's
Yeah,
because
it turns out we were friends without benefits. So during quarantine, I deleted it off my phone.
You want to know why you deleted it off your phone? Because people caught you stealing jokes. They called you out on it. Repeatedly. Audience members that been to your show were saying what a fake you were, saying you weren't funny. People were pointing out that, oh my God, these Rotten Tomatoes reviews seem kind of fake. You were getting bombarded by everybody, being told that you're terrible.
Yeah, listen, you left social media for the same reason anybody leaves social media, because the haters outnumbered the people who actually like you. That's the only reason to delete social media. Everyone has people that hate them. If you keep moving up a level, people are going to hate you, right? Like there's people that hate me. But the ratio of people that like me on social media to the ones that hate me is such that all I have to do is mute a couple dozen people and then I'm back to normal. Whereas with you, 80% of the people who were tagging you probably hated your... See, it's easy to get... Like, that's the one thing when they go like, oh, it was the haters that I stopped doing social media. And you go, but you shouldn't have that many haters. Like, your haters should never have a ratio of 4-to-1 against the people that actually like you. So if the haters are just all you see nonstop, then that means you suck. And that's why you leave social media. As opposed to just got to mute some people once in a while. That guy's annoying. And that's why you left. You left because you were run off social media. And like Roy said, too, because you got caught stealing jokes. Because every time you made a joke on social media, it was stolen from some smaller Twitter account.
I realized that when I'm mindlessly scrolling through social media, the entire world seems a lot worse than it actually is. And this became very apparent to me during the Black Lives Matter protests.
Here we go. Here we go. You ready? Here it comes. You ready?
I'd be on Twitter and I'd see people fighting and being mean and division. And once I deleted social media and I went to a protest in real life, it was actually beautiful.
Yes, because when you went to the protest in real life, you were in an echo chamber surrounded by everyone that thought like you. Obviously, it's going to be lovely for you, isn't it?
Everyone was getting along, giving each other water, giving each other snacks, standing together for something they
Because you didn't have any food there.
Okay,
and
but
you didn't have any water there.
But using that metric of everyone's so nice and everyone's getting along, if you go to a white meeting, everyone's nice to each other, they give each other water and they all get along.
Or milk.
Or milk,
to
you're
get
right.
the mace out of their eyes.
They all get along. If you go to any group of people that are like-minded, they're going to get along. They're all going to get along. And go to a comic convention. Everyone's going to get all along. It's fine. I mean, that's how it is. It's not she's implying that Black Lives Matter little groups. Hey, I tell you what, did you go to the one in Minneapolis? When they burned the city down? Was that a fun one?
Beautiful. Everyone was getting along, giving each other water, giving each other snacks, standing together for something they really believed in, and you just never saw that online. Social media will give you 800 ways to look like a Bratz doll, but not one glimpse of real human connection. And if I can be real, right now we need all the positivity we can get.
Okay, so you're about to say something that's positive about all people, right?
You know who's always saying, let's stop with the negative, let's start with the positivity and stuff? Hateable people, right? It's the same thing. People that go, let's all focus on positivity, it's because you're getting bombarded with negativity. It's like when somebody's a piece of shit and they go, well, we don't have to sit here and focus on the past all the time. The only people that don't want to focus on the past are people that have been really shitty in their past. Yeah. Oh, why do we got to worry about the past all the time? Well, I don't know, because I'm proud of my past. Maybe you don't want to talk about the past. So yeah, she wants to be all Miss Positive, and it's like, yeah, because negativity always resorts in people making fun of your shitty show.
Especially with the recent news of everything that has gone down at the Capitol. And I'm gonna be honest, I have lost all patience for anyone that is still questioning privilege. BIPOC people are always told that their justified outrage
Positivity.
Is wrong. It's problematic. It is a huge issue.
Positivity.
When Colin Kaepernick took a knee during the anthem in peaceful protest, he was told that he's disrespecting America. And I would bet money that those same people that made that critique are the ones that broke into the Capitol and replaced the American flag with the Confederate flag, a flag that literally broke America apart. Kaepernick disrupted a football game and was called a traitor, and these people are literally disrupting democracy.
No. Pause. Nobody ever, look, first of all, you dumb. The argument for most of us was never that Kaepernick was a traitor, that he, you can find on the internet that want to suck cops' dicks and are like, you're being disrespectful to all our boys who died for that flag, and bear. But most of us, Lily, thought that guy was, that those people were. See, what most of us took exception with was the fact that this person was choosing their job to be the place where they draw a line in the sand and protest when they're making millions of dollars while other people are struggling to bring food home from their table. See, Lily, there are people out there who could possibly potentially lose their shitty $26,000 a year job because they hung up a pro-Trump thing in their cubicle and they're going to get fired for it. See, Lily, a lot of us believe that at work is not necessarily the place to start protests and be a distraction from work. So, no, not everybody thought he's a traitor and should be deported. Most of us were just like, does this dickhead really have to be on the clock and take a knee on national television when he's representing his team and representing his organization? That was the problem, I think, Lily. The problem is that the military is one of the single biggest fucking boosters of the NFL in existence. They give them millions upon millions of dollars. So if you were a football player and let's say Pepsi decides we're going to give the NFL $1 billion over 10 years. And then you just start cutting all these interviews off the field saying, well, I think Pepsi fucking sucks. I think it's piss. I drink Coca-Cola. I wouldn't fucking you couldn't put a gun to my face and make me drink Pepsi. That's how shit that stuff is. You would get in trouble, right? Like, would you not have NFL people going,
of course,
look, we're going to fine you, dude. You can't, like, they're giving us a lot of fucking money. So I hate this argument that you have to be a white to find what Colin Kaepernick did distasteful. I wouldn't care if every Colin Kaepernick interview off the field was him saying, we got to do something about police. This is bullshit. You know what? Every time I got to go out on that field and fucking stand for the national anthem, it makes me fucking sick. But I got to do it because it's my job. But he didn't do that. He chose to blow up his NFL career to exchange it for another career, Lily. Stop being a fucking liar. Plus, didn't she just say she was about positivity? Like,
yeah, she
2 seconds ago?
Not for white people, though.
Call it what it is, okay? It was never about respecting or disrespecting America. It was always about white supremacy. And that is not my opinion, it is a fact. I was really glad.
No, that is your opinion. That is your opinion.
You literally...
That's not a fact.
She actually started it with, this is my opinion, and then ended it with, that's a fact. She not only did, she actually said, and look, that's just my opinion, but I think that blah, 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 and that's a fact.
That's the definition of an opinion, you stupid fucking moron.
She's great.
It was about white. Okay, so when they were burning down small businesses and they were killing David Dorn, was that fucking about black power? That's a fact. When they killed David Dorn, it was about black power. That's a fact. It's not a fact. It's your opinion. Do you think that the 70 million people that voted for Trump were all white supremacists,
yes.
you fucking moron?
Mm-hmm.
No, they weren't.
They were.
A lot of them weren't even white. What the fuck? This mentality, that's a fact. No, it's not. This country is not overrun with white supremacists. That is some sort of weird fucking fallacy that's been putting out there and they've been trying to normalize it that this country is run by white. It's not. This country is a bunch of people. And the problem is that for how many years you isolated and overlooked and made the people in the middle of the country feel like dumb hillbilly hicks and made them feel small. And they didn't care if you were black. They didn't care if you were white or Chinese or anything. They didn't fucking care. They just wanted their jobs to come back. They wanted somebody to care about them even if they didn't live by one of the fucking oceans. You stupid fucking white privilege, white. Go fuck yourself. You're doing better than 99.999% of fucking white people in this country. You live in 2 mansions in LA and you get to fucking make these videos fucking done and look like you're in fucking 1980 South Beach. Go fuck yourself. Seriously, it's a fact. You know what's a fact? You're a hack. You know what's a fact? Your show was so worthless it could be off the air for 1 year and nobody gave a flying fuck. You know what's a fact? That NBC executives were sitting there and they're going, look, we have our back against the wall. We couldn't push this bisexual woman of power and now cancel her. So we're going to revamp the entire show. We're going to fire entire writing squad and everything. You know what you are? You know when a team fires all the players but keeps a head coach because they paid him too much? That's what you are. Your time is coming, Lily. It's going to come. And it's not going to be white supremacy that puts you down. It's going to be your aggressive amount. Your aggressive lack of talent is why you're going to go away. You stupid, talentless.
I gotta disagree here. You know, I just think that white's clearly a problem. And look, I blame Trump personally because the platinum plan wasn't big enough. And I've been saying that from day one, that, you know, $500 billion for black-owned businesses is nothing. I think if Trump had given them something like we like T's now. We like trillions. People like the word trillion. I think Trump should have given black people $1 trillion. Mm-hmm. And then I think that would have been able to win over these people. And I think we would have won. I think that's where Trump came up short. $500 billion.
When social media accounts finally stepped up and locked the president's accounts because he was inciting violence and hate. But also, I'm just like...
Stepped up. They stepped up. This pro-censorship, they stepped up. Do you remember when they were fucking censoring music artists and like fucking Twisted Sister and all of these fucking people came out in front of the center and were like, you can't censor us. We have the right to say what we want. Let me ask you a fucking question. If we were singing, if they were singing that this country's falling apart, would it be okay? If we were doing a fucking hip hop fucking song about it, would it be fine? Go fuck yourself. The press stepped up. Shut the fuck up. This divided this country. You just called 70 million people white supremacists. How is that not dividing the country? I fucking hate her.
Yo, what took you so long? But then that got me to think, why is social media finally changing? And it is because a beautiful thing happened. People have really understood now that standing together and standing up for something does make a difference.
Censorship good is what you're saying. Standing together and standing up for something as long as it's what you believe in. But the other people that feel left out, the other people that feel that they don't know how they're going to fucking feed their families, standing together going, hey, this is fucking bullshit. Why are we doing the platinum plan like you mentioned? Why are we doing the platinum plan?
White
what about us?
supremacists who can't feed their families.
Oh, okay, I see. So it's standing, you could stand up and come together about something you believe as long as you're not fucking white. I got it, Lily. Censorship good. I was fun making fun of you, but I hope you fail. I hope that you blow all your money in some sort of Ponzi scheme and you're living on the streets of fucking Bombay.
Her family's probably got money.
And I gotta give a huge shout out to the black community because you have inspired so many other communities to band together.
Yeah, we know you like the black community because you do fucking black mouth all the time. Let me ask you something. If I were to do an entire show, it was like, yo, dog, what's up, man? What's up, my dude? The black community would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Why are you talking like that? You're in every YouTube video of yours, and remember, she even talked about it, the way she talks, because she's from the streets of Toronto. She's from the streets of Toronto where everyone's fucking hood. No, but that's okay. You could do fucking blackmouth all you want, and that's fine. The thing is, you're not self-aware, Lily. You're not self-aware. You're just a fucking... It's not a because she's Indian, but you're whatever version of that is.
Speak up. You're seeing it in the farmer protests as many people are protesting the treatment of farmers in India. We also saw it when people were protesting the military conflict between Armenia and Azerbaijan. We see that we can make a difference if we stand together. And I love that.
That really worked out well for Armenia, huh? Worked out super good for them, huh?
Womp womp.
It's worked out super well for them, huh?
I want this show to be all about love and light and
I want the show to be all about love and light, but I'm going to tell 70 million people that they're fucking white supremacists. She doesn't even realize. No, she has to realize it. Listen, your show could be whatever about you want. It's your show. I don't care what your show's about. But don't fucking sit there with a straight face and tell me you're uniting people, okay? Because you're not.
Togetherness and positivity, okay? And I hope you're on board. And if you're not, you can yell at me on Twitter. I just won't see it for a while. Love and light. Everybody knows.
You won't see it for a while, but you know what you will see? You will see when we clip this and we put it on YouTube, because Lilly Singh we've learned this, by the way. Lilly Singh is a type of person who Googles your name every single day. Lilly Singh is somebody who has a Google alert for her name. You're going to see it, Lily. You're going to see this video. She's seen our videos. You're going to see this video, and you're going to realize you're a disingenuous person. And by the way, Lily, before you talk about white, I'm a spick. So you go fuck yourself. I hope your show fails. I hope all your endeavors fail. And I hope we get to a place in the world where I know it might be our YouTube channel gets wiped, but I hope we get to a place where something you say becomes controversial and they take away your YouTube channel too. And then we're going to sit there and we're all going to be laughing from Trovo or whatever new alternative about how you got fucked by the very system. Because I've said this before and people say it all the time. You could pander to the mob all you want. The mob might eat you last, but they will eat you. Wait till you start getting canceled for the way you talk and appropriating black culture. It's a coming, Lily. It's a fucking coming.
Show's about love and light. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna ask the crew. What is the show? Love and light. Watch. Check this out. Unscripted. Yo, Ileana, what is
this? Is scripted.
This show? Stressful?
Lilly Singh, everybody. She's fantastic.